Welcome back to Hockey Talks. I'm Carl. That is Dave. We are in the middle of the off season, so there is
Buckle in.
not a lot. Yeah, not a lot going on usually in these couple of months over summer. However, there is some news coming out of the NHL from Gary Bettman that they want to change the game schedule from 82 to 84. That'd be axing two of the preseason games and kind of moving it to the end of the season is basically what they're doing for revenue and pretty much stuff like that, right? Um,
To make more money.
uh, yeah,
Big
yeah,
bad Batman is all about the dollar bills.
Bevan's good. Gare Bear, I like Gare Bear. He's
He makes more money.
he makes more
It's
money,
just
but
it's
he's
unfortunate when everything revolves around it.
yes, you can't deny though he's been a good commissioner for the league. I think so,
Yeah.
anyways. I think so.
Overall.
Yeah, he's been a really good commissioner. I think he's expanded the league. I think the league's growing more
But I
than
mean,
it has in
yeah.
the past years, right? But that's
But I
my
mean
opinion.
also would somebody else in charge do as good of a job or better? You know what I mean? I think that
Depending,
there's
I
some
guess.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, yes, he's a person that's running and growing it, so kudos
Mhm.
to him. At the
Yeah.
same time, there's a bunch of weird rules being made, similar to this one, just for extra
Mhm.
money. And it's a rule that they tried in the past, but
Yeah, in like
sorry,
the
did you
early
say you said
90s.
84 game rule, right?
Yeah, 84
Yeah,
games. Yeah. Yeah, they want to do that in 26, 27 year.
yeah,
So not this coming season, but the following one. So, and they go
yeah.
back to 84 games. We'll see how that works. An extra two games. They say they try to match like the new teams that came into the league, right?
Yeah.
So, well, we'll see what happens there. I
Well,
don't,
yeah, they're saying that it's for rivalries and to have a well-rounded number of games between each team. But we all know what the real reason is, right? It's the money, right? Because I mean, let's just say this: if you wanted to have an even number of games against all the other teams, why not play less games?
yeah. Oh,
Less money.
yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
less money, right? Yeah. You
Yeah.
can't play less games.
No,
Yeah,
that's not
they
allowed.
need that. They need that revenue. Otherwise, the NHL is going to sink.
Yeah,
You don't want that to
exactly.
happen.
No.
No, I think they'd be just fine if they didn't have that extra two games. But we never know. I don't know what their pocketbooks look like.
Yeah,
So 84
yeah.
games it is. Um, let's talk about something different.
Ooh.
Not something different, but we've talked a lot about the playoffs and what's doing what, the trade deadline. Let's dive into something and say, who's going to win the cup next year? Who are the betting favorites to win?
Already, hey? Oh man.
Hey, put your money down. Anybody who wants to throw a bet on these guesses here, do it. I will not.
If you win, I'll give you a cookie.
Hey, there you go. Um, okay, Florida Panthers are
Hey,
the
there you
obvious
go.
favorite,
Yeah.
right? Especially since they re-signed uh Ekblad, Bennett, Marchand, and am I forgetting somebody? No, that's it.
Yeah, see
Yes.
the thing is those are all the headline names, but what
Mhm.
they're forgetting about is the whole team is the reason why they won. It's not just because
Oh,
of three players. Now, I know the argument a lot of people make is, well, those players did score a lot. So, well, of course they scored a lot. It's because the other teams, the opposing teams, are trying to get good lineups with all of all of Florida's lines. That's just how it works, right? When you have an entire team built like that, the other team can't predict what you're going to do, and they can't keep up with you. None of their lines can keep up, so they try mixing and matching it, and
yeah.
that's what you get. Is you get. I mean, don't get me wrong, Marchand played great. Bennett played great. Those guys played great, but they didn't win the cup because of those three guys, right?
No, they
They
didn't.
didn't win the cup
Absolutely
because
not.
Bob, Marchand, and Bennett. They won the cup because the stacked team that they have, right? It's like everybody's if average is 50%, everybody's about a 55%. And that's why
Yeah.
over the course of the playoffs they were able to dominate completely is because when every player gives a little bit extra 10%, it really adds up over top of having, your 100% players and then your 40% players, right? Everybody was out there trying hard. And I guess what I'm saying is I don't see Florida being as good of a team next year, but we'll see. Maybe they will be, maybe
Yeah,
they
you know
won't.
what?
But I think the media's eating it up. Where they re-signed the three players. It's like, yeah, but are they going to be able to keep the rest of them?
Well, apparently they're all deal-friendly contracts, right? So that's the reason why they were able to keep them. But I mean, you still have Bobrovsky stopping, right? He's not going anywhere. He was a big contributor to, I
Yeah,
think, the why they won, right? He played phenomenal, phenomenal. I mean, he's just steady the entire time. So as long as they have him, I think they'll be okay. But they are getting to be an older group. Like all those guys signed those deals, and Marchand, I mean, he's getting close to the end of his playing career.
he's 39, I
Uh,
think.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, that's you got some older guys in the lineup, right? It's I don't know how much farther they can going to be able to take it with that lineup, but they've shot Marchand signed for another 6 years,
Yeah,
which is incredible.
I think he's 39 then. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he
He's
is.
yeah, very close to that age.
Yeah.
Yeah, so either way, he's going to be well into his 40s by the time that deal ends. So we'll see where that goes. Any other contenders you think are going to face off?
Against Florida. Well, let's see.
If it's Florida, doesn't have to be Florida.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
mean,
I
who
mean,
are all the contenders that could make it to the cup?
obviously, I'd like to say the Toronto Maple Leafs, but I don't think so. I don't think next year
Hey,
anyway.
maybe it'll be different without Marner.
Hey, maybe. You never know. I actually do have a thought on that, but we won't dive into
Okay.
that right now.
Yeah.
Uh, but no, I mean, I was thinking Carolina. I'm surprised that Florida just stormed over them so easily this year. But
Hmm.
I would say next year Carolina would have as strong, if not a little bit of a stronger team, a little more experience. I don't know. I think that they
See,
got a lot of learning to do off of their defeat by the Florida Panthers. So hopefully
the
the
thing
Ducks can get in a
is,
row there.
yeah, but the thing is, they've made the playoffs a lot in the past few years, right?
Yeah,
And they can't get past that second round or third. Well, it wasn't second round, third
I think
round.
so.
I don't
Oh,
remember
third round.
anymore.
The third
Third
round.
round.
Yeah, because the Florida went through Tampa Bay, Toronto, and then Carolina.
Right. Yeah, that's right. So they got to the third round, which broke that curse that Carolina had. But I mean, they just looked very, very flat against Florida. Very flat. So I don't
Compared
know,
to the rest of the teams.
compared to the
I
rest
think
of
that
the
they were
team.
dealing with injuries too, as well. Something
Yeah,
like a
that's
goaltender
true.
injury, I think it was.
Mm.
So
Anderson, I thought Anderson
I
was
thought
in
he was
there.
out for a game and then he came back, but he obviously,
Oh, yeah, he
didn't
might
come
have been.
back.
He might have been. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, they need to. I mean, they obviously get to the playoffs, right? But they don't do much more than that. They do
yeah,
win series, but I don't know. They're a boring team to watch.
yeah.
I think they're just a
Oh,
boring team.
Rangers, I feel are going to have a good team next year.
Rangers, yeah. Chris
Yeah,
Kreider's gone off the
surprisingly.
Rangers though.
Oh,
Kreider
is
went
he?
to the Ducks, I do believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
But they
kudos
still
to
got
them.
JT Miller and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But Rangers, I thought Rangers were going to do a lot better last year, but for some reason they just crashed hard at the beginning of the year. Colorado, another one.
Yeah.
They're going to make it. I don't know about, well, they could definitely be cup contenders.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They have a good
100,
team.
110%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially they have,
Dallas got lucky that they got through against them this year.
yeah, because of Rantanen.
Yeah.
That was
Rantanen
literally the
wasn't enough
reason.
to get through Edmonton.
Yeah, he literally scored the 4 goals they needed to pass
But
Colorado in game 7.
I really
But
do like the theory, though, that Colorado is going to be making a run at McDavid
I've heard
because
that. I've heard
they'll
that.
have the cap space for it.
They will. Maybe that's why they got rid of Rantanen. Do you think?
I have a sneaking suspicion.
That would be crazy. That
Yeah,
would be
that this
crazy.
is some kind of like 2 to 3 year play where they need to rebuild the team, get rid of Rantanen, and bring a bunch of guys on the team. That's 1 to 2 years where you can easily just let go of if need be, right, to free up the cap space. All
Yeah.
combined with a cap space increase.
Hmm.
All that,
Well,
so
yeah,
you can
with
you
the
can pay
cap.
him 18, 20 mil because it'll be there.
Yeah. Yeah. Think of McKinnon, McDavid.
Yeah.
Crosby, I think, is on his final year in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
He hasn't resigned a deal yet. Maybe he'll ship over there and we'll have the three starting lines for Team Canada
That would be crazy.
on Colorado.
Colorado would get so many
Because
fans.
Crosby would take a team-friendly deal. He's
Oh
not
yeah,
about the money, right?
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, he would absolutely. Imagine that. The top line for Colorado, just
The
that'd be a
top line
cool.
is Team
I don't
Canada.
know. Yeah, basically. Then you still got Cale McCarr
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Devin
Yeah.
Tays. Um, man, that'd be a crazy team. But we'll see if that actually happens. That's just our
I have a
hopes.
sneaking
I
suspicion.
would love to see
Yeah.
it. Love to see it. But you never know. You never know. They got rid
Yeah.
of Rantanen for some reason. And it's not for Brock Nelson.
No.
Definitely not. So
And
something's
Joe Sakic isn't one of those players where he's thinking in months, right?
no.
Frankly, this year he looked at his team and he's like, this is speculation, obviously,
Mhm.
but he's looking at his team. He's like, you know what? There's a lot of good teams this year. We'll make a run for it. We'll try it, but let's just invest the next year or two and see
Mhm.
if we can make a run at McDavid. And if it actually pans out, then they have a team for the next decade. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
and over top of keeping Rantanen on the possibility of winning the cup this year, which they very possibly could have, right?
yeah.
They got rid of him, with the likelihood of, or for the likelihood of getting McDavid and setting yourself up for a very very strong next decade, very strong
Yeah.
next decade.
Very, very strong.
That would
Yeah.
be insane.
It would be insane to see all those guys play together on
Yeah,
one team in
to
the
be able to
NHL. Not for
coordinate that though,
Canada.
like, geez, and obviously McDavid would have to have the willingness to go, but that's where McDavid would, he'd want to go somewhere where there's a good goaltender.
Yeah.
And in Colorado, I'm pretty sure McDavid would be like, well, if that's good if for MacKinnon to play on,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? There's a bit
Well,
more pressure then, right?
look at how good they did last year. And I think if Mackenzie Blackwood actually didn't get hurt,
Yeah,
I think they probably could have done a lot more. They have good dual goaltending, right?
yeah,
So uh that's much better than Edmonton. I'll
yeah,
say that. So way more consistent.
yeah,
Um
right.
we'll see. I mean, people think that he's just going to stay in Edmonton. I would love to see him go to Colorado.
Yeah, me too,
Uh
man. That would be epic.
yeah, it'd be fun. Yeah, it'd be fun. Um Aside from Colorado, Rangers, Carolina, maybe, Florida could very possibly well. Um, what about the Ottawa Senators? Now that's a wild card out there, but the Ottawa Senators, you look at that team that's coming up and coming, and they made a push, and nobody thought they were going to get to the playoffs last year, and they almost beat the Leafs. Almost beat the Leafs last year. Hey,
Almost beat the Leafs.
okay, maybe not quite. They got to game six, which is
Yeah.
better than I thought they were going to. But they're a strong team. They had some playoff experience this year. Why not have them go all the way and get
Yeah.
Brady Kachuk a cup?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, Matthew can storm on the ice.
I would
You
rather have
can
Stutzel. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Tim
I would like to
Stützle.
see him. Yeah, Stutzla. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like to see him get it.
Yeah.
I do prefer Brady Kachuk over his imbecile brother Matt.
That's what
So
a
I'll
lot
say
of
that.
people think.
And like Ottawa Senators is a really really good team, especially when their goaltender can perform. But having my significant other be a huge Ottawa Senators fan, we watched a lot of
Yeah.
those games, and
Yeah.
it's fun when they win. It's a lot of fun, but then when they lose, it is just like terrible. They just crumble and fall, and they get into this thing where
Yeah.
they can't pick themselves back up, and that's usually where the goaltender comes in to bring it back up, and yada yada yada. But an Ottawa Senators going to the final. Let's put it this way: the Leafs made it to Game 6, or sorry, Ottawa made it to Game 6 against the Leafs. The Leafs went 7 games against Florida. So if you want to do it the old school way, Ottawa would have made Florida have a bit of a run for their money too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't really know. That's not really logical into how far they would make it in the playoffs, but yeah, I mean, if it's anything that Florida has taught us, it's that you can have an above average for every player and still be able to go far in the playoffs as long as everybody is actually out there trying their butts off, you know?
Well, it's a young team, right? Oh,
Yeah, and
sorry
that's
to
the
cut you
point,
off.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. I was gonna say quick, it's a young team like you said, but they also heal a lot faster than the old guys, right?
Yeah, exactly, right. And it's still that learning curve, right? I mean, like you said, once they start crumbling or something doesn't go right, they just fall apart right away. And I think that's going to come with experience, right? And having those tough losses like they did in the playoffs last year against Toronto,
Yeah,
where they were playing really well, and then things just started falling apart, and it just got worse and worse for them. But yeah, that'll come with experience, and I think they're going to be a wild card contender out there, right? I do
yeah,
believe they're going to make the playoffs again this year for sure, but Cup, that would be something to see from the Ottawa Senators.
yeah.
Um, but Toronto, speaking of Toronto, the NHL schedule came out today. Um, Toronto plays their first game against Marner in Vegas on January 15th. And then Marner's first game back in Toronto is the following week, on January 23rd. Uh, is there going to be booze raining down, or are they going to give him an applaud for getting him nowhere in the playoffs?
Honestly, if it was anybody else, like I still remember when Tavares left New York Islanders. Okay, he did nothing but good things for their team. And then when he went back there on Toronto and played in New York, the Islanders, wherever they play, he got nothing but booze. And it was
Yep.
so ridiculous because the guy's
Yep.
done nothing but fight hard for you guys. You guys
Yep.
didn't do anything for him. Anyways, with Marner, I think it's going to be very telling as to what kind of fans the Leafs have. Because what I want to say is that they're going to boo him. What I hope is that they give an applause.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
I don't. It's like I never like seeing like with the whole booing the anthem thing. That was absolutely pathetic. You
oh,
know, I hate
absolutely.
seeing
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yep.
And when a player goes and moves on to a different team for his own reasons, you don't boo him. You
No.
congratulate him.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you for
yeah.
spending part of your career with our team, not bringing us a cup. We wish you the best in your endeavor over in Vegas, not winning them a cup.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, Leaf fans are known to be
Extremists.
loud, voice their opinion very quickly,
Yeah.
and they hold nothing back. So I feel maybe they might have a video tribute for Marner because he did spend 9 years. I think they will have that. But after
You
that,
you could sorry, go ahead.
it's going to be solid booze.
Yeah.
Solid booze. Absolutely.
The memories we had making the first round of the playoffs.
The
That type of
end.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Or they'll just completely do or boo them the entire time during the video.
Yeah.
9 years is
Oh,
a long time to spend there, but I
yeah,
mean,
and you do have to pay your respects. You know what I mean? He has spent 9 years there. That's
mhm.
more than more than eight.
Yeah, it's more than eight. There we go. Math here on Hockey Talks. Stay tuned for the
But
next math problem.
yeah.
Um,
But speaking of
yes.
speaking of that though, Toronto hasn't replaced him.
Yeah, that's
They haven't
one
replaced
thing.
Marner yet.
Nope.
So what are they doing? Because they got
Yeah.
rid. Like, is there a plan here? Are they what? Or are they just saying like, "Hey, we need to make a change," and then just making a change without any plan?
That seems like what they did. They're
It's
like,
like,
okay, Marner doesn't want to be here anymore. Let's just get rid of him.
see, the
And
thing is, it
they
seems like it, but every single great plan always seems like a dumb plan up until it works.
up until it works. Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
know.
But they literally haven't gotten anybody in to replace him.
Well, they've gotten a few, but no replacement for him. No,
That's not going to replace him. No.
no. But they do have a couple people in mind. I just looked up here real quick. So,
Okay.
yeah, Rust, Marchessault, and Niederreiter. Those are a few individuals that they're kind of looking at. So a lot of people are saying Niederreiter isn't quite like a one-on-one replacement for Marner, and they actually downgraded a little bit. And then the other two would be, I believe, a combined to replace them.
Yeah.
I think because they're not
Um,
11 mil players.
no, Brian Rust though, he would add some depth to what the Leafs have already, right?
Yeah,
If he gets along playing, like he played alongside Crosby and McKinnon, right?
yeah,
In Pittsburgh. And yeah, he played phenomenal with those guys on that line. He was a contributor all the time, almost
yeah,
every game. So if he can put him with like Matthews and Nylander or
yeah.
Matthews and Tavares, I'm not sure how they're going to do those lines yet. But if you put him somewhere like that, I bet you he would do the same thing. I bet you he would do the same kind of guy, like a big contributor.
Oh, yeah.
If
Well,
he plays with all-star guys, right?
and that's the funny thing, right? Is what we're doing is like you got to stop. People have to stop thinking in like terms of black and white. They have to start thinking in terms of chemistry, in terms of what does the team need, in terms of the amount of players each player scores, but as well as what other contributions he's making, right? So
Hmm.
Marner, for example, not a heavy hitter. Well, if we
Yeah.
can get a player that averages 20 points less in a season and let's say hits 20% more, then is that a better or a worse player to have?
You did
And I
get a
think
guy
that,
like that actually
yeah.
today. Sorry,
Who?
not Dakota Joshua from the
Oh,
Vancouver
yeah.
Canucks.
He doesn't replace Marner though.
He doesn't replace Marner, but he's
I'm saying if you have a 100-point player and you get rid of him and you bring on an 80-point player who hits 20% more of the time, is that better or worse? And it's usually worse, but in this case, it can be better as long as our top lines can continue to perform. If
yeah.
if our Matthews, if our Nylander, if all those players, our defensemen can continue to score, continue to get assists, continue to get the puck in the net, then yeah, we want to decrease that top a little bit and balance out the team a little bit, and that leads to the player that you were talking about. I figured what was his name again?
Brian Rust. Like
No, no, no,
Rust,
the guy from
oh,
Vancouver.
Dakota Joshua.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Where you
He's
get guys like that come in to be a little rougher around the edges.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's a bit of an enforcer. He was great for Vancouver Canucks, right? Like I said, he's a third line center, I do believe.
Yeah,
But yeah, he can throw people around, right? Push people around. So he's that kind of guy. He'll kind of replace Ryan Reeves, which they just got rid of.
yeah,
I think that'll be a much better fit than Ryan Reeves. So
yeah,
Dakota Joshua. But yeah, as for replacing Marner, yeah, you put out those three names. I think Brian Rust might be the guy that would fit better than Niederreiter or Marchessault.
Marchessault, yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think he might be the better fit as of right now for what
yeah.
the Leafs need, I think. So
And albeit not a 1-to-1, if we just look at it a little bit differently, right? Like we need a play. Toronto needs a player that digs deep, and yeah, the points you were saying about him playing alongside Malkin and Crosby. Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
if
We'll
they
see
can
how she
find the right
goes.
combination for him, I think he'd
Yeah,
be a
I mean,
really great asset for you
I
guys.
mean, look at what happened to Hyman when you put him in front of the net. He goes from scoring 20 goals to 50 goals,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. You put him in
He
front of the
needs to
net
have
and
he needs
that
to be in
kind
the
of
right spot.
role. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Players thrive in certain spots. You just got to find that what they're where they should be, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, I think you'd fit really well in there with Marner, with not Marner, Matthews, and whoever else to stick with Matthews,
Yeah.
whether it be Nylander, Tavares,
I could see
um,
him with a Johnny,
Nyes.
with a Johnny and Nylander. Yeah, on that third line or second line,
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
second line. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even then, that'd be some good talent around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is all the time we have for tonight. Um, we'll get back into more depth on the other teams coming forward who have a chance of maybe making the playoffs next week.
Next week.
No, they don't make the playoffs next week. We'll talk about it next week. But anybody outside the bubble who is going to be trying to push to even just get into the playoffs. Who will that team be this year? Mammoth, who came from Arizona, or will it be the San Jose Sharks now that Joe Thornton is a part of the staff? We'll find out and we'll give you more details next time on Hockey Talks. Have a good night.
Hoorah.